Meltdowns are not temper tantrums, they're involuntary. We do not want to be having them. We're not crying because we didn't get our way. We're not crying because we're spoiled brats. We are overwhelmed by the world around us. We are feeling confused. The emotions and physical sensations are so extreme that it feels like we've just run a marathon. We have no control. We don't want to be crying, screaming. We don't want to be hurting ourselves, throwing our hands, having awful thoughts, rocking back and forth, doing all these different things. It's an awful feeling, and to be told you're having a temper tantrum your whole life and then you learn to suppress it and now they've turned to shutdown sometimes, they're equally as painful. The selective mutism, the not being able to speak, not being able to function, not being able to feel like myself is torture, really. And it takes a couple days to recover after a meltdown sometimes. The best way people can help is ask what we need, help us use our regulating tools, sensory aids, leave us be, and do not make us feel shame or guilt for having a meltdown.
That was beautiful. Amazing meltdown from the Libs today ahead of the inauguration. Let's watch.
I feel like we need to clear some things up here. This is what I meant when I said I wanted a chaotic evil orange creature with a single brain cell. Do you think anyone would notice if we just switched them?
I like the joke. That was a beautiful joke, honestly. Super funny. Let's watch it aussi.
All these journalists are like, Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Are you going to the inauguration? Let me make myself clear. I don't celebrate rapists. So no, I'm not going to the inauguration tomorrow. All these journalists are like,
that's a strong accusation right there for Donald Trump. Honestly, I'm not sure if she's gonna get backfired for this, probably.
Does this not go without saying? But white people, white women especially, at this moment, do not go to your black, your indigenous, your immigrant, your queer, your trans. Do not go to that person in your life that you feel is a little bit more oppressed than you are, because obviously you're feeling oppressed, and ask for like help with it. I don't care how you voted. I don't care how fucking hard you worked. I don't care. I don't care. You're not an exception to this. Just so we're clear.
Wow, that was the biggest and strangest meltdown I've seen all day, honestly. And Don Lemon, that's beautiful.
Too cold, Donald, really, to have your inauguration outside because the temperature is going to be 23 degrees. Okay, let's just put this into perspective. It was 7 for Reagan. It was 22 for Kennedy. It was 28 degrees for Barack Obama, with winds somewhere in the 20-mile-an-hour range as well. It was freezing. So I'm not sure it's the cold. I think maybe it's that you're afraid of the crowd sizes and that hotels are still available and that a lot of people, as many people as, showed up for, Barack Obama or Joe Biden or whatever, won't be showing up for your inauguration. I think it's the crowd sizes. That number is more important than the temperature number.
Honestly, I think that's a terrible take from Don Lemon right there. He doesn't know at all what he's talking about, honestly.
I know that you're probably not going to listen to this, or you're not going to understand it because you're going to be too distracted by my nose ring. As much as I can't stand you guys, and I really can't fucking stand you people, to see the worst things done to you would probably fill me with joy. But I just want to say that if you are in DC right now, you might not want to be. For a party that votes on feelings, I'm feeling like it's not safe there.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Honestly, you don't know what you're talking about. And expressing hate for awards over people who voted not for the candidate that you wanted to elect is actually terrible, honestly. I can't get enough of this. This is beautiful.
I'm trying to take a nap, but I just thought of something. People are like starting to say, you still believe that he's not going to get in? Yes, I still believe. I still feel 100% strongly about what I felt on November 6th. Okay? And if anything, I feel stronger. And someone brought up that, like, it's a tactic in positions of power like corporations and politics to wait until the last minute so that the other side can't fight. That it's like, you know, it's a tactic. It's like you don't give them any time to, you know, because people have lawyers and lots of money, and you do it at the last minute. Okay? So I just want to remind you that in the middle of me taking a nap. As I'm trying to take
Honestly, I don't understand a word that she's saying right there. It's completely ridiculous if you ask me what she's saying. It doesn't make any sense.
He's not the fucking president. He's not the president, you fucking asshole. This is such bullshit. Thank you, President Trump. You know what? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm still out of here. This is fucking bullshit. Unbelievable bullshit. He's not the fucking president. He's not the president, you fucking asshole.
That's a beautiful meltdown if you ask me. You can see that he's completely mad about Trump being the president.
Baby, this ain't the same America that voted the orange one into office, and the orange one is about to fuck around and find out. Baby, just like his supporters are finding out that this is a whole liar and this man ain't gonna do anything he told you he was gonna do when y'all got him into office, he's about to find out that between these LA fires, between this TikTok ban, between this whole Luigi situation, things ain't gonna go like he thinks. Things ain't gonna go like he thinks.
Okay, and what you're gonna do about it? Honestly, I don't believe any word that you're saying. Okay, we're gonna find out what actually happened comes in January.
Because if you voted for Trump, I genuinely hope you are so happy right now. I hope you're having the greatest day of your fucking life. Because you know what? When your kid is in school one day and there's a school shooting and they fucking die or get sent to the hospital or someone they know gets shot, I hope that you are happy with the thoughts and prayers that come from that. I hope that you are so fucking happy that if your wife gets raped, that she has to have that child. I hope you are so fucking happy that the trans people in your fucking life might have to detransition because this motherfucker is going to take away gender affirming care. I hope you are so fucking happy that the economy is supposedly going to be okay now because you voted for Donald Trump, the man who was going to take away all the rights of so many groups of people, not even just fucking trans people, so many groups of fucking people that are not straight cis white men. I hope you were so happy with that. I hope you were so happy with what you just fucking did. I hope you were so happy to maybe never be able to fucking vote again because he's going to take that fucking right away from you. But you fucking voted for him. You fucking did this shit. You did it. Like, great, bro.
Wow. That was probably the most powerful meltdown that we've seen so far. You can see he's completely mad about Trump being elected and Trump taking away rights. I don't think that's happening at all. Look at all these liberals protesting on the street because of Trump's inauguration. Right there. They don't want him as president at all. And fortunately for them, it is gonna be happening later today.
I still think Joe Biden should step down at some point before noon on Monday, even the day before, even the hour before, in order to make Kamala Harris the 47th president of the United States and our first female president. She worked so hard for it. He gave her such a disadvantage by not dropping out earlier. And I believe she deserves it. She worked so hard. She was such a great candidate under the circumstances, and it feels appropriate. Plus, if I have to say it, it would be so awesome in kind of a nasty way, but I think you'll appreciate this.
This is completely wasteful. This wish is never gonna come true at all. I think it's completely ridiculous and delusional to think that Kamala Harris was a great candidate and that by working hard it's enough to become president.
Illegal immigration is a farce.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Undocumented?
Government. It's an imaginary line.
I dare you to cross the Canada-United States line.
White man. How dare you? How dare you?
That was kind of racist.
I'm a privileged white man too.
How was that racist?
But you know what I'm doing?
You just called me a privileged white man.
You cannot be racist to white people because white people are the dominant race in this country. Full stop.
You were calling me privileged when you don't know anything about me. I could have grown up in Section 8 housing.
This is privilege.
Okay, all right. Tell me this. Tell me this. Tell me this. Tell me this. Tell me this.
Privilege.
Wow, these people are completely insane. They are missing something in their head, if you ask me. I don't know. This is probably complete indoctrination that they believe that the color of their skin matters at all.
Please, I beg you, please don't fall for this. It was a stunt. The whole thing was a giant stunt. TikTok praises Trump, gives Trump the win. Meta is changing their rules to be more pro-Trump, anti-woke, as Zuckerberg praises Trump on some podcast. X is owned by the administration. Companies that haven't given to an inaugural fund in 2 decades are shoveling money to Trump. Do you see what's going on? It's authoritarianism. That's what's going on. These companies know that to survive, they have to praise the dude who's a narcissist who only cares about himself. If TikTok were to say, oh, we appreciate the Biden administration's work, maybe Trump says there is national security concerns. I don't know if I want this company to continue to survive. As a 22-year-old in America, I am scared. The authoritarian, the wannabe dictator keeps winning. I remind you, he was called a want-to-be dictator by his former top military general. The writing is on the wall. Do not fall for this garbage if you want this country to continue. I beg you, please. Please, I beg.
I don't think the United States is gonna be a dictatorship or any kind of authoritarian regime. Honestly, there's so many checks in place to keep Trump away from becoming a dictator. That's not gonna happen.
But I've never been more afraid for my life living in America than right now. And before the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, I was already afraid for myself and my family for how violent things have gotten. Imagine being afraid to leave your own house. And if you want to leave your house and to be safe, you have to cover up your self-expression and how you and what clothes you wear. In my neighborhood, I live in Texas, and there's American flags everywhere in front of nearly, I would say 80% of the houses.
What is wrong with the American flag? This guy is completely insane, honestly. All of these things right now is all up in his head. I think it's terrible to think that way. I think he should basically go see a psychologist or something to treat him.
Reason why Trump moved his inauguration inside. You got to hear this. It has the ring of truth. And I know you MAGAs don't like truth and you don't like facts, but I'm going to lay it on you anyway if you have the guts to hear it. So by now, a lot of you guys have heard that the MAGA chuds are fuming at the fact that Trump is moving his inauguration ceremony indoors because the MAGA chud traveled. They spent a lot of money and they traveled to attend the inauguration. And Trump said, no, I'm going to move it indoors, which literally leaves these people out in the cold. Now, Trump said he was doing it. He was moving indoors because of the cold. Well, the fact is, there have been a lot of other cold inauguration ceremonies. He's held a lot of rallies out in the cold. Cold is not an issue.
That's not what he said at all. I'm sorry, you've got it completely wrong. It is because of security reason that he moved everything indoors, because of the drone, because of the threats of assassination attempts.
Dear Elon Musk, if you purchase this app, we will burn it to the motherfucking ground. We will all delete our accounts immediately. Immediately. We do not want you owning this shit. This is ours. This is our app. So if I can stay out of it.
No, it's not. It's not your app. I'm so sorry. That's not gonna happen at all. I think you're totally wrong about this.
Hey, MAGA, I got news for you. I'm a real man. That's right. I'm a real man. I'm more man than you'll ever see or understand. Do you know why? Because I'm not chicken shit. I'm not afraid to let a woman be a woman. I'm not afraid to sit back and watch a woman succeed and soar and grow and become a productive member of society. I don't need to control them. I don't need to control a woman.
That's good.
I don't need to control anybody. I'm man enough. Not only can I recognize how strong and powerful a woman is, or anybody is for that matter, black, gay, straight, whatever, because when they soar, I'm soaring. When they grow, I'm growing. And there is no fucking way on this fucking planet that you will ever get me to turn a woman in if she has an abortion.
Abortion is bad, my guy. You should definitely reconsider.
It's really not fair that, like, they're banning TikTok. And I know it's dramatic as hell that I'm crying, but I just seen the video of the girl that made the renegade dance. And I'm crying because I read a comment that was like the algorithm saying goodbye to us. And I've been noticing that a lot over the past like week. Like all the trends that came in the beginning are coming back. And it just makes me really sad because it genuinely feels like our parents just came in the middle of a school year and said, yeah, forget all your friends, forget all the hard work that you did at this school, forget everything that you did. You're going to have to start from scratch.
This is a complete meltdown. All of these Gen Z are melting down over Trump and TikTok ban. It's sad to see, honestly. They should try and do better, something more productive with their life, if you ask me.
And to the US government, I'm never forgiving you for this. And I'm never going to trust you ever again because you just, like that, took away millions of people's income and livelihood. And who does that? So I'm never trusting you ever again with anything.
So I'm starting to give up hope that there's going to be a Hail Mary moment at the end of this that's going to save this app.
I feel so dumb coming on the internet and crying about an app. But the fact is that this has been a sense of community for me for years now. And it got me through really, really hard times in my life.
Yeah, you can already tell that she spent way too much time on social media and on TikTok especially. You should do something better with your time and find some real life interaction, if you ask me.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please save TikTok, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please. Please get the Supreme Court justice away from us people. Donald Trump, if you can hear me, please.
He's praying to Donald Trump, the God Emperor, to save TikTok. And now we are just learning that people are self-deporting in face of the inauguration and Trump becoming president. Let's watch.
Trump has promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in U.S. history. And before those operations begin, some migrants are already choosing to leave the country voluntarily. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joins us live from San Antonio, Texas this morning with more on this story. Jorge, how many migrants are we actually seeing doing this, leaving voluntarily?
Right now, Marky, it's unclear, but we are starting to see a trend, and this comes as cities across the U.S. and Mexico are now bracing for President-elect's deportation operation. But his hardline messaging on those deportation efforts have some migrants panicking and some even choosing now to self-deport back to their home countries. I spoke with immigration attorney Rolando Vasquez, who tells me that some of the immigrants that he represents that entered under the Biden administration are now choosing to return home, fearing deportation under the incoming administration.
That's great. That's great to hear. People who have no right being here should definitely move out, and they don't want to face all of the criminal charges that they are gonna face if they stay while Trump is president. So that's great to see that they are already going and saving the American people a lot of money doing so, and a lot of hassle. I hope these people get a grip of themselves and try and do better and try to cope with Trump becoming president right now. We should all rally to Trump and try and make it work, try and stop the border crisis, illegal immigrations, try and decrease inflation, and try to reduce the cost of living, and try to bring peace and prosperity back all over the world. We will see if Trump can actually keep all of the promises that he made during the campaign. I truly hope so. We will watch what happens. Let's hope for the best. Honestly, now it's the time to get together and work together to make all of this great. Again, thanks for watching and staying with me. I appreciate you being here as always, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.